Up to all of us, especially corporations like Toyota, to do our part to help make the world a better place.
Rest in peace, Toyota, the rise and fall of the giant car maker. Toyota, the world's largest automaker, is facing criticism for not taking sufficient action to reduce carbon emissions and being accused of opposing climate change mitigation efforts. While Toyota maintains its belief in an all-electric future, but asserts that the transition will not occur simultaneously across all its markets. So stay tuned to find out where the market's biggest player stands while the world goes electric. In the past, Toyota held a reputation as an innovator in eco-friendly transportation, with the introduction of the Prius in 1997, which became widely known as a leading hybrid vehicle worldwide. By combining a conventional gasoline engine with an electric motor and a compact battery, the Prius enabled drivers to achieve remarkable enhancements in fuel efficiency compared to conventional vehicles powered solely by internal combustion engines. This innovation became a tremendous success, leading Toyota to offer hybrid versions of many other vehicles. To date, the company has globally sold a total of 20 million hybrid cars, SUVs, and trucks, with 5.4 million sold in just the US.
Toyota has become one of the world's largest automakers by churning out cars, trucks, and sport utilities like this: affordable, reliable, and safe.
But as stricter government regulations and the success of companies like Tesla encouraged the development of fully electric vehicles, other automakers began investing in this technology. While Toyota's leaders once argued that battery-powered electric vehicles face significant engineering challenges, such as long charging times, heavy and costly batteries, and limited range, recent advancements in battery technology have addressed many of these concerns. Plus, the growing business potential of electric vehicles has become evident, with Tesla emerging as the leading luxury brand in the United States. In December 2021, Toyota announced a $35 billion investment plan that includes the introduction of 30 electric models by 2030, representing almost a quarter of its current lineup of over 130 models. But alongside that, Toyota also stated an equal investment in hybrids and hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. Toyota has been criticized for its slow progress in the EV sector, as only 0.2% of its total production last year consisted of fully electric vehicles. The company has also faced accusations of lobbying governments worldwide to weaken pro-EV policies. This has led to the company experiencing opposition from shareholders at its annual general meeting. These investors are demanding that the company fully embrace electric vehicles, EVs, implement board changes, and provide transparency regarding its lobbying activities against progressive climate policies. One prominent figure facing scrutiny is former CEO Akio Toyoda, whom shareholders are seeking to remove from the board due to his inability to transition the world's largest automaker towards EVs. The introduction of Toyota's bZ4X, a partially electric vehicle that essentially involved retrofitting an internal combustion engine (ICE) vehicle with a battery and electric motor, proved to be a failure. In April, Toyota revised its strategy and announced plans to release 10 all-new EV cars. According to Toyota's Executive Vice President Hiroki Nakajima, "We will expand our current lineup by launching 10 new models by 2026, resulting in annual sales of 1.5 million vehicles." Although this announcement was positively received, many doubt Toyota's ability to achieve such significant EV production growth within the next 3 years. Comparatively, it took Tesla 9 years to increase EV production from 20,000 units to 1.3 million, a feat Elon Musk claims to be the fastest in automotive production history. Recently, the International Council on Clean Transportation, ICCT, classified Toyota as a laggard in its report evaluating the top 20 car manufacturers based on strategic vision, dominance of the EV market, and technology. A group of asset managers, collectively holding $400 million worth of Toyota stock, recently submitted a shareholder proposal urging Toyota Motor Corp to enhance its disclosure of lobbying activities related to climate change. The shareholder group comprises Academic Care Pension, a Danish pension fund, Storebrand Asset Management from Norway, and APG Asset Management, a Dutch pension investment company. Their main demands are for Toyota to provide comprehensive details about its lobbying efforts, including those through industry associations like Australia's FCAI, and align its objectives with the Paris Agreement. Expressing concerns about Toyota missing out on profits from the growing electric vehicle (EV) market and potentially damaging its brand while lagging behind globally, Anders Scheld, Chief Investment Officer of Academic Care Pension, emphasized the need for concrete policy changes and an improved annual review using independent data to reassure international investors. Certain shareholders are planning to vote against the reappointment of former CEO Akio Toyoda and other directors from their board seats in an effort to express their dissatisfaction. The shareholders' decision to vote against these directors is a form of protest against Toyota's stance of not setting a specific timeline for Toyota to transition to a fully electric fleet. They argue that Toyota is lagging behind its peers in embracing a timely shift to electric vehicles. Brad Lander, representing the New York City Comptroller's Office, expressed the desire for convincing evidence of an ongoing transition and meaningful steps towards a firm commitment to an all-electric future.
If we care about our future, then we must take bold action now to confront the climate crisis and transition to a green economy.
The Wall Street Journal notes that the likelihood of Toyota being actually removed from the board is extremely low. But even a slight decrease in support would be considered an embarrassment within Japanese consensus-based corporate culture. According to Greenpeace, there is a strong belief that Toyota's existing approach presents notable risks to investors in the long run. They argue that the company's strategy inadequately addresses the shifting dynamics of the global market and does not align with the objectives set forth in the Paris Agreement, which aims to curb global warming and keep it well below 1.5 degrees Celsius. Rival companies like VW, GM, and Ford have strategically positioned themselves to take advantage of favorable regulatory and market circumstances in Europe and the US. This positioning allows them to mitigate the risks associated with the transition to a more sustainable and climate-conscious industry.
Well, first of all, we're going to protect these electric vehicles. This is a strategic move by the company that gets to 600,000 units.
Greenpeace emphasizes the growing acknowledgement of the interrelation between climate risk and financial risk. They cite the viewpoint of Mark Carney, the former governor of the Bank of England and UN climate envoy. In 2020, Carney stressed the importance of companies disclosing and factoring in climate-related risks as an integral part of their overall risk assessment. This recognition further underscores the importance of considering the potential financial implications of climate change. Greenpeace is urging Toyota shareholders to support the climate transparency proposal by voting in favor of it. Within their investor briefing, Greenpeace draws attention to recent research conducted by Fitch Ratings. This study evaluated 15 prominent automakers' preparedness for the transition to electric vehicles, their readiness for zero-emission vehicle (ZEV) adoption, and their market exposure. Notably, Fitch Ratings categorizes Toyota as being in the higher risk category based on their assessment. Greenpeace asserts that Toyota shareholders share their concerns about the company's impending progress on electric vehicles through its persistent lobbying of fossil fuels. They argue that as transportation remains a leading source of climate pollution, the decisions made by major car manufacturers today are crucial in preventing catastrophic global warming. Despite this, Greenpeace criticizes Toyota for advocating for petrol-powered vehicles, including hybrids, at the expense of electric alternatives, which goes against both environmental and business sense.
Toyota making the case that trying to quickly shift entirely to battery electric vehicles not only isn't feasible, but won't deliver the intended emissions reduction effect.
Our 2 cents. The future of the auto industry is undeniably headed towards electric vehicles, EVs. With the rise of EVs and the global push for sustainability, traditional automakers like Toyota are facing a critical juncture. While Toyota has been a giant in the industry, their hesitation and lag in embracing electric technology place them at risk of falling behind irreparably. To stay relevant and competitive, Toyota must take bold and extensive measures to swiftly transition to electric vehicles, investing heavily in research, development, and infrastructure to catch up with the prevailing trend and secure their position in the evolving automotive landscape. Failure to do so could result in the downfall of this automotive titan.
This is a case of trying a lot of things to reduce the amount of carbon coming from their cars.
But with that said, We should all hope and pray that Toyota takes all this pressure and channels it in a positive direction of growth and catching up. That's because the failure of such a big player in the auto industry would simply be a lose-lose outcome for all. Be it the countless employees who could potentially lose their jobs, the consumers who benefit from competition, or the market as a whole. It all depends on Toyota's new CEO and his policies to steer Toyota in the right direction. And we can only pray that the company gets with the trend in time, despite all odds. And with that, we've reached the end of the video. Thank you for sticking with us all the way through. If you liked it, please give us a thumbs up down below and feel free to share your thoughts on this matter in the comment section below. Do you think it's all wraps for Toyota, or will they make it through? For more content like this, subscribe to our channel and ring that bell icon. See you in the next one.